Alrighty guys, I'm Casey and welcome to a brand new episode of our Minecraft modded survival series. We're building up some sort of like medieval city slash castle, I don't know what you want to call it. And we've been spending the past few episodes primarily focusing on the mob district. Last episode we added in this little garden back here, which I really kind of like, and I do want to bring this garden out across the rest of the area. The more I look at this tree, the more I like this kind of like arrow tree that we've created. I do rather like this little world's really nice back here. You know, this all looks really good, and I'd like to bring this sort of like all over the city as well. Or at least all over the mob district as well, because we've got like a big open space here. We got a few open spaces here where trees would look really nice. We got some spaces, lots of space over here, which I don't think I'm actually going to touch this particular bit here because actually, it's not as big as I thought it was. I thought there was like a lot more here. Okay, let's just nab that. Pop that there. Just to break up that netherrack. Because this is overgrown netherrack, so it does have a netherrack side, and we obviously don't want that. But yeah, what I want to do today is I want to focus over here still. I want to kind of like draw it out from this corner. So I got a few things that I want to try and get done in this corner today. The first thing that I want to get done in this corner is I want to get this gatehouse here done. I've got an idea for this. A bit of an idea for this anyway. But it's the idea that I had this morning doesn't really fit here anymore. But maybe we can still make it work. Maybe we can still make it work. So, let's just grab this so I could pop these where these struts would go. There'd be one there, then there'd be a 3-1 there. And then another 3-1 there, and then another 3-1 there. Which means we'd be there. So, I mean, I could still make this work. So, let's see. Let's start putting blocks down and then worry about this. I'd like a 5 gap in the middle here, even though this is an even number. Because let me just do this. I was going to have the gate like open. But if we have it like that, it's not going to be open enough. So what about if we was to have an 8 gap? So we know that this is the middle 2 here. So what about if we was to have one gate opening this way and the other gate opening this way or something? See, what I'm kind of thinking of here is if we just bring this like here, I'm trying to show this, but it's not really going as I'd like. I'm thinking we have one gate sort of opening this way. Then on this pathway, if we just say we just bring it out here for now, we've got that gate opening that way. So this gate would open inwards like this. So you'd be able to come out the gate like that. That's what I'm thinking, and this would be the gateway. Something like that. I really do kind of like that, but yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this a little bit more sorted out in my head because it's still really rough. And when I've got something put together, I'll bring you on back. Welcome on back, folks, and this is kind of the shape that we're going for. So these don't exactly line up anymore, but I'm pretty sure we'll make something work in the long run. It can't be that difficult to make something work. But what I kind of want to do now is I want to bring these up. These are 5, so they're going to be brought up in the same style that we've got as these ones here. So I need to get those brought up there, but also the gate. And I'm going to do the gate, I think, primarily out of wood. I think we'd probably put a wooden pillar at this side here where the gate begins, and then another one here where it ends. And this gate's going to be open. I don't want this gate... Oh, don't know why I've suddenly got a bunch of lag. And then this one. Unfortunately, I have to have the render distance up reasonably high, because if my ME system goes out of render distance, I can't use this. I could always chunk load the area, but yeah. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these up. You've already seen me do this in the past. We've worked out a design for these smaller ones together. It's going to be very similar to that one. I might do something a little bit different on it just to set it apart because it is a gate. I may actually add a bit of a roof to it instead. But we'll see. I'm gonna get some work done on them, and when I've got something to show you, I'll bring you on back. The gatehouse is mostly in place. We've not got the gate in place, but we've got the towers in place in the structure. And this is what it looks like. I thought we'd go here. I've added a little bit of a roof to this one. With it being an actual gatehouse, I've added the roof to it. Just a small one. I had to be careful because it does touch with this roof. And I don't like that, but, you know, I can't really do anything about that. I could move the wall back one, or I could move these houses across one. But I don't think I'm going to do either. I'm just going to leave it be. But yeah, we've got this. I do want to mess this up a little bit and add in some cracked stone brick, and we probably will do that when it comes to the texture variation later on, which I want to do on this whole wall at once. But for right now, I'm rather happy with how this has turned out. I wanted some sort of like locking mechanism here where they could lock the gate together, but we actually need to work a little bit on the gate. There is a couple of things that we can do when it comes to the gate. So the first one is we obviously need to find a texture. And we want to use spruce wood. So let's try and find ourselves a bit of a texture for the gate. So we need a chisel. I haven't got my chisel on me. Here we go. There's a chisel. Now, do I have this set to panel? No, I don't. There we go. So we need to kind of come up with some sort of gate texture. I like that one. I like that one. Okay. So let's put another 3 down, and I don't have my builder's wand. There we go. Build that up. I accidentally... Joe, the amount of times I end up misclicking, it's unreal in Minecraft. I swear it's a conspiracy. Oops. So let's get to the one that we've just been at, which is this one. Nope. Not liking these so far. I like that because it's just darker, but I don't know. Okay, so not 100% fond of those. That's the best one we've got yet. But I'm not 100% certain on that one. So, let's try some other woods. Let's try dark oak. Not sark. Dark. Because I'm betting we might find some variant here. And our gate on the other side is also dark oak. So, it is definitely possible. Okay. So I imagine we've got variants. Yes. Ooh. I like that as well. I really like that. I think we'll go with that one. Because I really like that. This one's okay, but I don't like it as much. So, let's get this dark oak textured into what we want, which is... Oh, hang on a minute. What about these? No. Don't like them. They looked good in the chisel, but not in the final product. Okay, so we want this. Okay. I know what we're going to do is we're obviously going to take these out, and we're going to pop this like this. And this is what I was talking about the 2 different styles that we go with. We could go like this. Where's my spruce? Bring this up. There's where we want to bring it up. So we bring this up like so. And then I want to... How do I want to do this top bit? I think we do it like that. I don't want to do that at the bottom, but I definitely want to do it at the top. So that's option number 1, which I do rather like. Then we've got option number 2, which means we bring in something called carpenter's blocks. So let's just bring this up first. I don't know if my builder's wand will work on this with it being diagonal. Oh, it will. Cool. That's good. Pop this in. So now we've got the gate to the city, which I rather like that. But like I said, there is another option, and that's these carpenter's blocks, which I think I've got some. Yes, I've got plenty of them. Cool. So let's hope for these go in place. Yes. So we can add carpenter's blocks in like so. And what this will do for us is this will just allow us to make this wall a diagonal straight as opposed to not being a diagonal straight. But I don't know which one I'm going to like best. So we're just going to try this. Oops. Now these carpenter's blocks are really good for this. So I'm liking that so far. But we won't know until we actually get this in. So the question is, do I want to... I think I definitely want to make sure that this is Still. Dark oak, yes. Or spruce rather, and then like so. And the question is, which one do we like the best? Now, we may have to refine this just a little bit because it kind of comes in a little bit there. I think this one might have to go. And this one could be the spruce log. I think that's perfectly acceptable to do that. Let's try that and see what we think of that. There we go. And boom. So we've got option 1 or option 2. And I don't know which one I like best. I think, personally, I kind of like this one over this one. I don't know. I just kind of do. Although I'm thinking I'm going to switch the gates around. Yeah, definitely think I'm going to switch the gates around. So, let me get a little bit more work done, and I'll be back with you in a little bit. Welcome on back, folks, and it's now in place, a little mini gatehouse. So, this was the first gatehouse that we did. This is kind of a grand one. Kind of bigger. I want this to be like one of the main entrances into our kingdom. We've still got a lot of terraforming to do over here. This bridge needs to be torn down. Actually, let's get rid of some of this bridge now so we can actually have a look at how this end is going to look up, because we definitely need to deal with some of the deal with the river that's around this end and deal with a lot of the stuff that's sort of going on in this area. Wow, this really laggy taking this bridge out. Didn't expect it to be that much, because right now we've got very little in the way of usefulness over here. You know, it's this big horrible lake. I want to fill this in and sort of redesign it, if you will, but I don't know. I think I want to get a little bit better before I do one of the bigger rivers. So I'm doing that small one within our territory, but doing one that isn't within our territory might be a little bit different, because we got to make sure that this is nice, because we share this border with Jace, so, or Sparkles. I don't know. He keeps changing his name. So let's just get rid of these just to do a little bit of something. Then I'll show you guys exactly what the gatehouse looks like now it's done. So, now I've got that. What was that? Oh, what was that? Okay. So let's go over here, because like I said, we are going to put a pathway in leading to Jace or Sparkle's kingdom here. And the idea is we'll be able to use our steeds to ride sort of to and from. And I do kind of like this. You just kind of get the thing. Yeah, I might take this hill out some more here, so it's like a hill pass, and that, I think that's definitely something that I kind of want to do. But this is it, and it looks really good, I think. We've got to do some terraforming out here, and you know, I've kind of tried to build the pathway in a little bit. But you come in and it looks good. And there's one thing that I'm unsure about, and that's the buttons. I don't know if I want to use the buttons or not yet. So I'm just keeping them on one gate but not on the other one, just to see what I like. I'm going to play around, see which one it looks better with. But yeah, I really do kind of like this as we come out. And what I would like to do out here is I'd like to have some fields. Some fields of, like, I don't know, wheat and carrots and just a bunch of fields, which means we've got to terraform this area quite. And these mountains I'd like to terraform as well and actually have custom mountains. But that's a bit ambitious, and I'm unsure exactly how far that's going to go. But it would be nice to do this. I think I'd like to, like I said, I'd like to kind of curve this hill back a little bit. I say a little bit. Probably quite a bit, actually. I don't like the idea that this hill is so big, so close to our wall. Wouldn't make sense. So what about if we were to do that, I think, would be a good idea. And then we can sort of start bringing this down one layer at a time. But we definitely do need to do some stuff here. Look, as you can see, this is not really feasible, you know. That wouldn't be realistic. We obviously need to edit this wall. But I think what I want to do now is I want to bring up the rest of the wall just sort of to the right height. I'm not going to fill it in. I'm not going to do any of the stuff on it. But it would be nice to just sort of bring it up to this height so it all matches all the way around. We've got the wall in place, the shape of the wall all in place. So all I gotta do is bring it up. I'm only gonna bring it up to this bit here. I'm not gonna do this bit over here because I'm unsure how I want to connect this bit just yet. So yeah, let me get that done and I'll be back with you. Welcome on back, folks, and I've brought the wall up in most places. In fact, in all places. Within the mob district, of course. Okay, no, I haven't. I completely missed this bit. Okay, we'll get to that bit in a minute. You know what? Let's do that bit together. Let's do that bit together. For some reason. There we go. And I can show you how I've been doing it, because when you're building in Minecraft, it's very easy to sort of get overwhelmed with the projects. These are going up 5, these walls are. And it's very easy to get overwhelmed with any sort of project in Minecraft, even given where we are. Okay, does that come down a block? Yeah, it does. It comes down where? Like 1, 2, 3, and then we come down a block. Is it? I think. We're not coming down there. Oh, no. I'm bringing this up. Okay, never mind. It is coming up. Originally, it was supposed to go. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, it's so easy in Minecraft to get overwhelmed when building and not sort of like knowing where to go or what to do. And sometimes when that happens, all you got to do is just take a step back and think, okay, you know, what reasonably needs to be doing? Can I just work on a small area like we've worked on over here? You know, we've started just building out from this corner and filling this space rather than worrying about how we are going to fill all of this space here. We've only worried about how we're going to fill this corner, and I'm working out from this corner. You can see the wall, so where it stretches to here. And this whole big city project that we've done, we're just breaking down into much smaller, more manageable pieces. You know, now this isn't going to be a city where all the buildings are connected. Each building is going to be sort of its own connection, if you will. Some cities do have buildings where most of them are connected. In fact, most cities do. But I want to go for an individually housed city here. So each kind of like house its own individual thing. But we're just breaking this down. You know, I had no idea what was going to actually happen over here originally. I just knew that I wanted to put some mob farms over here. You know, originally we was going to have the flower farm, the deco farm over here, and somehow it became a mob district over here. And all I did is I used the same style of house, and I just repeated it. But I just added different bits to it. You know, this one is different, this one's different, this one is very similar to this one. I wish I'd have put that at a different orientation. Now I'm looking at it, it is the same as that. But yeah, they're all pretty much very similar in style and design. In fact, we built them all. Let's have a quick sleep. We built them all using the exact same palette. And once I'd done that, I was like, okay, it's the city. They're all supposed to have the same palette. It looked nice. But when I started getting into this house over here, this Enderman one, and I sort of started playing around with the insides of it, I started to put doors on. I've got to figure out how I want the doors to look. You know, I thought, you know, each house could be individual. You know, and I decided to individualize them. But I kept some things the same, you know. We still have the same brick pattern. Here's cobblestone brick, oriented bricks. I can't remember which one this one is. You know, but I utilized the wood from this farm and utilized it in the roof and in the build itself. And it brought the build to life and it gave it its own unique thing without making it sort of not fit in. Even if we were to not edit any of these other homes here, these are the mob farms, this would still fit in with the district perfectly fine because it's built within a similar style. I feel it is anyway. But I definitely want to do a very similar style to this for the spider home. I want to really get stuck into the spider home soon. It might be the next episode. Because we're on episode 23, I think. So we are coming up for a world tour episode 25. But anyway, let's get this wall over here finished up. And I can continue to explain what I'm trying to explain. And that's when you're making builds in Minecraft, when you're building stuff, just consider breaking them down into much smaller parts. Even one giant keep has so many different parts to it. You know, you've got the library if you want to put a library in it. You've got the... Is that right? I feel like that's not right. You've got the brewery room, maybe you want a brewery room, maybe you want a potions room, maybe you want something completely different in there. You know, you can always break it down into parts and work on each individual part as a build itself. And then that way, it does come together. It takes a little bit of time. Any sort of large project does take a bit of time, but eventually it will come together. This should be 11 from the ground. I'm going to go for the ground on the inside. And I think I've gone over. Nope, I've gone under. Okay, and like I said, there are things that we need to do out here, because right now some of this is just kind of floating. But I'm not sure, like, what I want to do over here. I don't know if I want to just bring this around here or not. I do definitely know that I want to cut this hill back. Cutting this hill back is going to take some time. And let's put the jet plate on for now. The angel wing's good, but the jet plate allows us to move faster. But yeah, I've brought the wall up here, and now we're sort of walking around it. This is where I like to use the angel wing, 'cause we get a sort of we get to fly, but we also get a much slower pace in the jet plate, and it gives us like a feel. Yeah, we really start to feel like we're in some sort of town or city or something, as we sort of walk through and new things take our eye. And my goal is to sort of have things like here. If you look, we've got the mountains peeking up in the distance. I'd really like to have that look really cool, you know. But when you're in the city, you can't really see too much outside of the city. Apart from way past this gate, obviously. And that's a good thing about city. It means that we can be immersed in it without worrying too much about what's outside the walls. Hence why I'm putting walls the whole way around it. But we do get little snippets like those mountains up there. Now we could cut those mountains down completely. But it's an extreme hills biome all here, look. So why not make it an extreme hills? Let's put some mountains in. I've always wanted to do it. And I think it'd be really cool to have like a bunch of wheat fields out here. I did think about like having a farming district somewhere over here. But that doesn't kind of fit with how I want this to go. I think if I were to put farms, the better place to put them would be here. Because I suppose we could put something there. You know. But again, we don't really have much of a open land like we do here. This is the only place where we have majorly open land, you know. So I definitely think that we should put in some... Definitely think we should definitely put in some mountains over there and some farms out here. You know, it'd be really nice to sort of have these, and this is where I need to sort of terraform this land a lot. You know, this has got to all come down. I do want it to sort of like scale backwards, and we need to have like a definitive point where the mountains start. So there is a lot of work to be done outside the city to even just remotely bring the city in with what I want it to be. But right now it looks really nice, and what all we did to add this gatehouse in, if you're sort of like stuck for designs and ideas, is we just used an idea we already had. You know, if we look at this is in and of itself. Let's put the jet plate on so we can move faster. This is pretty much a carbon copy of these smaller towers here. That's all they are. We've just made them a little bit more unique, you know. All I've done is I've gone and I've added this sort of like curved roof on it just to signify that this is something different from the rest of the towers. You know, I wanted it to be slightly different, but not overly different. And that's all we've done to add in this gate. Really, you know, we got these towers because we've got a template, we've got a palette, we've got ourselves all kind of ready and sorted with what we want. So when we want to add new things, it really doesn't take all that long because we've got our style already. And when you're building big, if you've got a style, if you've got plans like this, then you don't really need to worry about much. I think I'd like to do a picture of this from the inside. Oh, we can't really get it properly from the inside, can we now? But yeah, so I think that's going to call it for this episode, guys. So if you've enjoyed the video, please do consider leaving a like. It really helps out the channel. I really do appreciate it. So please do leave that like. And click subscribe if you want to see more from me. Guys, I'm MrKCDavis. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.